All right. Is this thing on? And is this thing on? We're trying something different here. We got to make sure it's on. We got a little different setup. Trying to always do a little position improvement. All right. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you've never been here before, this is Adventure in Skateboarding, where I share my adventure in skateboarding. We never know what we're doing. Sometimes we're going to get some tricks. Sometimes we're going to try new boards. Sometimes we're going to share someone else's skateboarding. Sometimes we're just going to blabber on too long. If you like really nerdy stuff, sometimes this is for you. All right. But anyway, I'm a 48-year-old skateboarder, and this is my adventure in skateboarding. What are we doing today? Kind of a long one, right? So the last two videos, I shared someone else's skating to two different Brians. One was just a great skating and testimonial and what skateboarding's done for him. And then the other Brian, like we surprised him, penny for his tricks. If you haven't seen that, challenge you to go watch that. But before that, we did our introduction to the new Grind King Locker truck. And that was like February 8th. And I skated that truck all the way till March 8th. All right, so a month.
Good. So thanks for putting those out. There was a couple other guys who made some videos that I really liked. I should talk about them now. That one guy, Adventures of Skateboarding at 40 plus.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was a great video.
A month of skateboarding. So you're like, man, hey, where's your skateboarding been? My skateboarding's been on the Grind King Locker, and I've been skating it the whole time, and I've been loving it. I've been absolutely loving it, and that's what we're going to talk about here in this video. So we're going to show you the skating and what I think this truck has done for my skateboarding, and then we're gonna show you the board I've been skating on it. I'm going to do a whole different video on the board. Then we're going to break that truck down and kind of look at it and where it's at, and I'm going to tell you the direction we're going. So if you don't give a crap about my skateboarding, dude, I get it. Some people don't. There's timestamps below. You can just skip to the breakdown of the truck. All right. And like, you can see what's going on with the truck. This is, well, we'll get into it later. But I'll just say it up front. I'm a fan of this truck. Understand, this is the first generation of this truck. Like, you can't even go to the store and buy these. Only people on the pre-sale got them, and the people that the great skaters they sent them to, plus us pre-order people. So like, there's going to be modifications. Is there problems? Yeah, there's some problems, but there's modifications coming, and that's great. Like, continue to innovate, and hopefully my skating, everyone else's skating out there doing it, will only build a better product. So we're going to get into that. But first, let's just talk about the skateboarding. All right. So I left off the last video with these little clips. This was my first day out on the trucks. So I didn't like, my skateboarding is what it is. Like, no change to my skateboarding. I'm going to do my nose slides. I'm going to do some mini 50/50s, not too great. I'm going to do my nose slide shove out because I like to do that trick. It makes me feel like I'm skateboarding and I know what I'm doing. Really like the way that was going on this. The front nose slide I had trouble with. I kind of gave myself too much nose because the truck has a adjustable wheelbase. And I kind of gave myself too much nose. I was really locked in on the nose slide, but I was having trouble getting out. And I don't 50/50 this higher block very much, but like, the pop felt really good. I gave myself a shorter tail, but the pop felt really good. And I was like, man, I think I might actually get this. And like, man, they're not pretty. But I was getting up there. So, man, they're ugly. But I was hyped to get there. And then even the fakey 50/50s felt super locked in. So a lot of people see the Grind King lockers and they think it's a round coping lock-in, but it works really good on square coping, angle iron. And then, of course, the heel flip. So that was day one. That's what I left you off with on the last video.
Top day out here at Florence, South Carolina, skate park. There's the professionally built park. There's the DIY park. Let's skate.
So there you have it. Went out on Go Skate Shop day, super long ledge, ate it. Man, I want to get like a really long nose slide because we don't have a ledge like this anywhere near us. And I was like, oh man, that felt pretty good. Let's see if I can get it. So I mentioned in my initial video, I really like the slide plate design on the Grind King. It's a super thick, we'll talk about it when we talk about the truck. Really, really wide, thick slide plate on the front of the truck. And I just thought that'd be sick for nose slides. And I tried to back Brian up there on his manual, but I kind of messed up the landing. Like I said, I had trouble getting out of them.
Can't come out.
Yeah. So I had trouble getting out of it. But we got one. We got one. Not as long as I wanted, but you know, we'll take those. We'll take every landing we roll away on. Then, boom. I did ride onto it.
I don't know if I could do that without the lockers. I don't know.
I forgot to make sure my coffee was on. Yeah. I did ride onto that 50-50 a little bit. This one as well. But that's good for me. That's a good pop. That's a good 50-50. We'll take those super fun sessions down in Florence, South Carolina. This is going to be quick section here. I'm going to say it in the video, but this park's been open for 5 years, and I've never conquered this quarter, which is on the backside of our park, which closes down the flow of the park to me because I'm just skating flat from one end to the other. And now...
This park's been open for 5 years. I've been skating it since it opened. It's the first time I've been able to do that on that quarter there. Is it because of the lockers?
Yeah.
Sure felt like it.
Yeah, like it builds confidence. So why does it build confidence in the transition? I think it gives you a third point of sensor or feedback. So you know if you have it or you don't have it. It's not just, yes, trucks on coping. It's yes, trucks on coping and where it's at on the coping. And having that third point of feedback on where it's at in the groove really helped me have a little more confidence in where I was in learning that really steep quarter. And here's a 50 over at Cleland Skatepark on Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Got its name back. I did this in my 6-month skateboarding video 7 years ago, but I haven't really done it since. So that was good. It was locked in, and it wouldn't be me without a front nose slide in any video. So there you go. This could have been like 6 videos. I'm wrapping up a month of skating here in this video for you, but like just like kind of the highlights of where I felt the truck changed my skating. And here's where it did the most, right? I want to learn to 50 round bar. I've got this transformer rail and the Grind King lockers. This is like training wheels on training wheels to learn how to grind round bar, right? So I'm like, got the table, which makes me feel safer, but I still want to get the cross lock. That was nuts. Let's watch this. Nope. No, but stay locked in. Oh, talk about a cross lock crossing 2 different dang bars. That was insane. And then, almost got it there. There we go. Boom. Check it out. Little cross. I think without the table, I still would have made that. I really do. But I'm going to keep practicing on the transformer rail with the Grind King lockers, and I think we're going to 50-50 some round bar. And then back to this quarter because I want to make sure I keep it. Yeah, there you go. I want to 50 this thing. I want to 50 the corner. I want to 50 the pocket.
I rode on it.
Yeah, I rode on it. A little slow-mo for you. But still, even if I was doing a line and I got that and that kept me going in the park, I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. You know, so I'll take that. It's really changing the way I skate. I'm going after round bars. I'm going after quarters. Here's a quarter in Apex, North Carolina. Real long one. And this, is getting a good lineup, roll up and going in. I haven't figured out the flow in the bowl coming off a transition and up into it, controlling the speed. I'm doing better at pushing into quarters than I am going in the transition of down a transition and up a transition in a bowl. But on the long quarters, I'm getting it in. So I'm hyped on that. This is up in Southern Pines, North Carolina, brand new park. This was for their grand opening this last weekend. I was going for no slide, axle stall. Well, you'll see the line. Mess up the axle stall there. So backside nose slide, coming off it, going up for the axle stall. Boom, got it. Like that's a really short quarter, and it's kind of hard, honestly. To front nose slide, got away from me. But we were trying to rush before like all the really good skaters showed up, and so boom, back nose slide, taking it. All right, axle stall, boom, got it down. It's ugly, but we're taking it. All right, front nose slide, boom. No momentum, but we're taking it. We're still pushing. DJ's starting his music. Boom. Got another axle stall. I'm hyped on the line. What do I do? They're going to get a shove it, but my 48-year-old legs, they don't have anything left. And boom. So we don't get to shove it, but we got a cool line. And then I'm just going to let this badass shit speak for itself. The single coolest trick ever done. Front side, nose slide on a round bar. For sure. Yeah, I'm hyped. All right. So that's the skating. That's the skating part of the video. Now, I'm going to rearrange. We're going to go into part 2. I'm going to show you the trucks, and we're going to get into the condition of the trucks after 1 month of skating them, and we're going to break them down and show you the direction we're going in. You've been here the whole time, but I just got rearranged. Little coffee break. All right. Here's my skateboard. All right. Grind King lockers. Here's what I got to tell you up front. All right. Pull my tape measure out for later. Up front, I did not make any adjustments to these trucks out of the box. I just skated them how they came day one out of the box for the entire month. I didn't tighten the kingpin at all. I didn't adjust the bushings. Nothing. I just skated them as they came. Super pleased with the way it feels. Super comfortable for me. All right. So now let's check it out. I don't know if you can see this from here. Little shake there. The bushing is definitely loosened up, and a lot of wiggle in the back. I think it's interesting that my back wiggled up more than my front, but I guess that makes sense because that's where a lot of the pressure is when you skate. All right. Let me take these off. First, let me measure. I want to show you some measurements real quick, because we're going to take these off, and when I put trucks back on, I'm going to put them a little bit differently because, like I said, I felt a little too locked in on the nose. Hopefully, I'm gonna move this up, but I want to keep the same wheelbase, so I'm going to move this up as well. Hopefully, I don't lose any pop because I really do like the pop. So we'll see how it works. But right now, bolt to bolt for center wheelbase, we're at 14.25. Axle to axle, 17.25. Tail, currently from the back of the truck to the tail, 6.25. And the big old nose, from the front of the truck, 7.25. All right. And I'm lying to you. Nope, that's right. 7.25. All right. So we are going to remember those measurements, because we're going to move these up one adjustment. All right. So I'm going to break this down, and show you the condition of the trucks. You may be shocked when I show you what we're working with. Grind King's already tracking. Grind King is already tracking. They're already solving the problem. This is not a hit on Grind King. As we go through this, I have total faith in the Grind King team. So whatever you see here, don't take away. Don't take away from what Grind King's doing. They're reinventing a truck. They're reinventing a truck. So have faith, young Padawan. All right. Hopefully in the editing, I can zoom in on these before I go to the overhead camera. But you can definitely see this is my front truck by all the grinding on the front slide plate, which I talked about in the initial video and in the skating video. Super hyped on that. All right. So let's go to overhead and let's inspect each one of these. We'll start with the rear truck. We'll break it down. We'll check out the bushing. We'll check out the sleeve. Hey, look, I'm not trying to take from no one. Jason Dagner does this after every session as he is experimenting with different bushings and he's modifying kingpins. He's finding out all the flaws in this truck. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an expert. I'm just a dude riding the trucks the way they came. I'm just going to show you the condition they're in from the way I've ridden them and from what he's taught me. I definitely challenge you or recommend to you to go watch Jason Dagner's videos. Absolutely amazing. Go check those out. I'm just going to give you my perspective in a format that he uses that I found useful. So I'm going to give you that.
And then Dagner has been going very deep into the details of, making sure that he really seems to be a tinkerer kind of guy, which is
Great
what
insight.
I am.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate the tinkering and the length he goes to sort of modify them and try different things out. That's what I kind of geek out on.
Yeah. Cheers to healers.
Bam. We just use our little sticker here to make sure we're centered and we know where we are. All right. Adventure in Skateboarding at 40 plus. Welcome to the channel. All right. Here's our bottom truck. Back truck. Why did I say bottom? All right. Obviously, I'm not doing any tail slides. This is looking real good. Top, no issues. Everything's looking good around here. Doesn't look like I'm hitting the kingpin against any of the sides here. This is from me catching ollies up onto things short is probably how I'm hitting that, or on board slides onto rails, probably hitting things short, and that's probably how that's happening. Again, I made no adjustments to the kingpin at all. I don't know if you can see. How can I level that? There we go. Right there. I'm almost like it's at roughly one thread in. I made no adjustments there at all. I will show you this. This is something Jason Dagner pointed out. I had it set on these. This lighting's not too good. Let me go this way. See here how there's no paint missing where I had the hardware down? That means it's not really fully seated. Yeah. Especially, well, maybe the front's good. The front's good because it's even. Like there's pressure and it's not rubbing. But the back, sorry, is all the way up towards the front. You can see some paint's missing, but then some paint is there. So it's not fully seated. He drilled out this area here so it would actually seat better. I don't have the tools or the capability to do that. But we're going to go to the center hold anyway, so that won't be an issue unless I'm just not comfortable when I change that. But yeah, just so you see that, and it's on both sides. Kind of the same deal. We have uneven seatage for our hardware. Kind of interesting. Let's take this apart. What are we going to take it apart with? We got the new Grind King 6-in-1 tool. Wow. Pretty interesting little device. You got your big Allen key for the kingpin, a little one for hardware, a bearing press right on top, a little Phillips screwdriver there. You got the wrench for your bolts, for your wheels right there, wherever your screwdriver comes out of. And then you've got the one for your hardware right on the top. Kind of interesting. All right, let's bust this thing apart for the first time. Better hold that nut in there on top. All right, there's our bottom securing nut. Take that out. We're going to take the kingpin out. Here's our hard bushing that goes on top. It's like looks untouched, no damage at all. Kingpin looks real good. I haven't beaten it up too much. Pop that back on there. Here's our top bushing, no pinching, no flare, no cracks. Again, I didn't tighten these down at all. I just wrote them how they were. Take this out. We've got some scraping here, and I'll explain the best I can how that happens. Then again, this is my rear truck. See that scraping? Like, why is there paint missing there? I'll show you. Pushing shrapnel from rubbing around the top of the hanger. It's not just the top of the hanger, it's that this bushing sits on a bushing sleeve. See this sleeve? See this bushing? So when the hanger is on it and it's pushing and moving and there's pressure, that sleeve bites into that bushing. And sometimes there's enough force where it moves past the bushing and pushes on the outer part of the hanger, which causes those scrapes you see here on the hanger. So we got to take what Jason Dagner calls bushing shrapnel off and discard that. But overall, this bushing looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's not bad. This is a fitted bushing. You can see there's a lip on it. It goes down inside here around the bushing sleeve. This bushing sleeve's still tight. Overall, this rear truck's still in really good condition, and I'm pretty happy with it. But I'm concerned based off some things about the sleeve. Jason Dagner did something I'll show you here in a minute to prevent that. It's simple to get back together. Not bad at all. All right, so that was the rear. Now, let's look at the front. Again, Grind King, I've already contacted them. They are tracking this.
So yeah, like a lot of lock reviews are in. We've been getting a lot of lock reviews from people who've actually purchased the trucks, and they're pretty great across the board. We've ran into like a couple little things that here and there.
They're gonna remedy it. There is not a problem here. This is just the first generation. Well, congratulations for making it this far in the video. I'm glad you made it this far in the video. This video is brought to you by Grandpa Greg. I'm not Grandpa Greg. This is Grandpa Greg. Grandpa Greg, super awesome. And I bumped into him at the Southern Pine Park the other day. during the grand opening of the park, and he won a raffle. And in that raffle, he won the Heart of Stoke board, and it's a sick board. It's actually very similar to the shape that I skate. And he wanted to find it a good home, so we're gonna do a giveaway right here on this channel, sponsored by Grandpa Greg. So all you got to do in the comments is, other than comment like something cool on the video that you actually liked about the video, is also put thanks, Grandpa Greg. And if you do that, then a couple videos from now, I'm going to pull that up and put in one of those random comment thingies and run it through. I just ask that you be in the lower 48 continental United States of America, and I will ship this board to you at my cost, and you will get a board from Grandpa Greg. And it's a rad shape. It's a rad shape. Green ply. Boom. I can give you the measurements on it real quick if you'd like. It is just under 33 long, and it is an 8.75 board. So it's actually very similar to the All I Need shape boards that I skate, that I absolutely love. So, yeah. Thanks, Grandpa Greg. You know, the first one's out on the market. You know, they're going to be skated and things are going to come out. So here we go. You see it? I don't know how bad that crack is or where it started, but you can see there's no paint missing around. Well, as you can see, there's no paint missing around the outside area of that crack. So it probably started from the inside. So we're going to open it up and check it out. But again, I don't blame the build quality for this or even the design. I mean, trying something new. And we're gonna learn things when we try something new. But again, absolutely love the slide plate size of it. I'm a big no slide guy. Love that. Kingpin looks good. Doesn't look like I'm hitting it left to right because I've left the initial 3 bushing system on. Again, the fitting. These look seated well. I don't know. I've got some. Looks like I've got better left to right fitting than I do front to back, and for my hardware. And on the back, I've got the same where it's half and half. So, yeah, I can definitely see the need for future modifications to drill this out a little bit more so the hardware sits better. All right, here's what I'm dreading. Taking this apart and seeing how bad it is. Now, you're probably asking, did I continue to skate this once I found out that it was cracked? The answer is yes. I skated it for 2 more sessions. It didn't make me feel unsafe the way I skate. So I kept skating it. So, yep, I did. I did keep skating it. All right, one step at a time here. You can see that it's really smashed down in there, exposing that sleeve. Bushing's not cracked. It's just it's just beat up inside. But like the rest of it's in good shape. It's just beat up inside. The sleeve, kingpin sleeve is still tight. So that's in good shape. Let's look at the hanger. Where's the crack? Here's the crack. So we can get some good light on it. It does go all the way through. All the way around. I still don't see there's no paint missing by that area either inside. I thought maybe there'd be some paint missing from the kingpin sleeve hitting it in that area, but maybe it just hit here and put some weird pressure on it. but it's cracked all the way around the top, bottom, and around in there. It's hard to see the lighting. Around all the way into there. Still feels strong, but it's definitely cracked. What Grind King's doing is when they get the 875, this is 875. When they get new 875 hangers in, they are going to send me a new hanger, so I'll be able to keep skating my 875s. Again, I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them at all. I think this is a great product, and I still trust it. I still trust it. This I think it's great. I think it's great. It's changed the way I skate. This is still strong. Like I can create a little bit of separation, but I can't create I'm really pulling. But I can't create a lot of separation. Sorry. I'm really pulling here. I can create some separation, but I can't create a lot of separation. Feels strong. And like I can't even feel the crack with my finger. I can feel it with my fingernail, but I can't feel it with my finger. And it's hard to see, yeah. Yeah, it goes all the way around. But hey, we're diving into new stuff. We're diving into new stuff. So I got a broken truck, right? Got to wait for the new hanger to come in. Is my confidence shaken? Not one bit. Not one bit. Because the minute they went up for sale and I had a chance to buy a set of 8.5s, I bought the 8.5s. So I've been on the 8.75s because I pre-ordered them before I decided what board I was going to ride. But my board is an 8.6. I really kind of need the 8.5s. I've only done heel flips on this board once because I didn't want to land primo on the 8.75s. They actually fit pretty well, but the nut stuck out a little bit, and I didn't want to jack up the trucks and land primo on an 8.75 truck on an 8.6 board doesn't fit too good. But I'm gonna ride these 8.5s. I'm just gonna add a few spacers, maybe an extra two, maybe go two spacers to the inside just to push the wheels out a little bit. Put me at a nice 8.6. I think I'll be happy with that. And hold up. Let's just go ahead back to overhead real quick. What we're going to do is we're also going to use the Grind King hardware. All right. So we got the rocket bolts. All right. I don't know if you guys have seen rocket bolts. Let's look at a silver one. It'd probably be easier to see on the camera. Here. All right. Rocket bolts. All right. So there's no Allen key. There's no Phillips. Right. They've got these knife cutting edges that go into your board. You just pop them in there and you just tighten down the hardware right on there. So we're going to go with the rocket bolts this time. And we're going to adjust our wheelbase again on the 8.75s. On the 8.75s, we were at the very top towards the nose and towards center truck. Towards the nose, towards center truck. The furthest up wheelbase option, or towards the center board as much as possible on the back. At this time, we're going to go right down the center. We're going to use the center bolt options, wheelbase option on the 8.5s. So I'm going to get this set up, and I'm going to get this set up on my board real quick, and I'm just going to show you the final product, and we'll be out of here. We got the 8.5s on. I put two spacers Wheel spacers behind the wheel, just one in front. That's what we're rolling with. I'll show you the hardware in a minute. I just want to remeasure. We went to the center bolt pattern. That now brings our tail to 6. And man, really, it's just an eighth. It's just an eighth under 7. It's just an eighth under 7. We were at 7.25 last time. That we were? No, we were at 6. Where were we at? I forget. I'll have to go back. I'll type it on the screen. Then we should have, so that should have lengthened the tail, and then we should shorten the nose. The new nose length is 7 on the dot. 7 on the dot. Wheelbase shouldn't have changed. Center bolt hole to center bolt hole. Yeah, it's good. 14.25. I was just looking at it crazy. All right. So that's our setup. We added our Rocket hardware sticker, our Grind King sticker. I'll just show you the hardware real quick. All right. So here's the top hardware. You can see these are the rocket bolts, these stars, no Phillips, no Allen key, just the stars with the knife cutting edges that cut into the board. And you just tighten down your bolts and goes right in. I did consider switching out these brand new bushings from my other bushings because they're already worn in, but because the one front cracked, I decided not to. I'm just going to ride these and adjust them, unlike the last set that I did not adjust. So that's it. So we're back in business with the Grind Kings. We got the 8.5s versus the 8.75s. They're going to send me a new hanger and the next modification of the truck. Grind King's going to make things right. They're interested in the feedback.
We really like this idea of kick flipper because it helps us, and it seems like everyone likes the idea too because they're jumping in on it. You guys in the first tiers are test pilots. You know, we're waiting to hear whether you like them or you think they should change or they suck. I mean, that's all important.
And your insight's going to be directly related to what we come up with next. So
absolutely. You guys are helping shape the future of skateboarding.
I'm happy to pass it along. I need to see if Jason Dagner, this is what he did.
To not chafe the bushings and not chafe the inner diameter of the yoke on the hanger. So what we're going to do, we're going to mill down this kingpin sleeve 2 millimeters. That's it. Yeah, cheers to healers, TGIF.
Yep. He shaved down that kingpin sleeve. Do I need to do that, or do I need to get a bigger bushing? I'm going to experiment with some bushings. I'm interested in every modification he's making. He's doing a world of good for all of us that are loving the Grind Kings, and I do. I love them. And I'm gonna be on this road as Grind King. If they want to keep innovating and I don't have to go broke trying to do it. I mean, I spent $72 on these and they're broke, but they're gonna fix them. I got these on the next drop. I want to say they cost me close to $86, something like that. I mean, that's a lot of money for trucks. I want to keep skating them, but I believe they're only going to get better. But I believe in them, so we're going to keep at it. So anyway, that's a lot of video. We got skating. We got the review on the 8.75. I believe in them. I don't care that they broke. I think it's just part of the process of innovation. And we got the new one set up, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out the design, but we're also going to improve our skating along the way. And I think it's awesome. So drink coffee, skate more, and go get tricks. All right, go do something rad. I'm out.